a number as to how many, undocumented, migrant workers or just border crossers get into our country a day?
Yeah.
Through all the, broken down fences and waterways. And I don't think we can protect our entire border.
No.
And once these border jumpers, border crossers, once the migrants get into our country, and if you can get far enough into our country, I think you're pretty much in, as long as you stay out of trouble, right?
Yeah, they give you a phone and tell you to check in.
But when they get rounded up by, the Border Patrol, do they send you back, or they say, okay, you've made it this far, now we're going to start we start the processing?
Most of them are they check them in and then they send them across.
Put them on a flight to the Midwest.
Yeah. But do they ever let those people in?
Yeah, they let a lot of them in.
Yeah.
But how many get in?
Off the
I guess
books?
there's probably two ways. You can get in on the books and you can get in off the books, right? How many people are getting in a day off the books? That obviously there's people that are lined up at the at the border crossing, when you do it the right way, right?
Yeah, through the ports of entry if you're seeking asylum or something like that.
Right.
But a lot of people just sneak in and then
you're in.
They're in, or people just let them in, and I don't know.
I think they're saying 4,000 or 5,000 a day.
4,000 or 5,000 a day. You're saying off the books. 4,000 or 5,000 off the books a day.
There's a story on the AP I'm reading right now that says the Homeland Security estimates between 12,000 and 18,000
a day.
Yeah.
Well, that's between both, right? Documented and undocumented.
No, illegal border crossings.
All right, so 12,000 a day times 360.
There's a lot of different numbers online.
That's 4.3 million people a year.
Well, they're expecting what they have now is about 2.2 million this year.
Mm-hmm.
From what's
Kevin O'Keefe, 30, and Kevin Curry, 23, both on the Venmo at the Bubba Army.
Thank you.
But then you got that big
Cash
caravan.
App, same.
The big caravan that's coming up, I think, in the next couple of days. 15,000 people.
What do you mean the big caravan?
There's 15,000 people walking toward the border.
A lot of people from Central America. Yeah.
And they're walking.
Yeah.
They're
like a
walking.
wave of locusts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're not going to do much about it.
Why couldn't we, send a team of guys to maybe talk a few of them into maybe not.
Tell them, hey guys, can you just turn around, please?
Because I'm going to tell you right now that you're not getting in.
Well,
You're not going to get in.
And then, like you said, once they're in for a certain amount of time, they're given amnesty. At least that's what they're talking about.
Right.
And then they're just given all the rights as a citizen.
If you would sneak in, into the country, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you let's say you made yourself to Warsaw, Indiana, and you worked at you worked at a mom and pop restaurant, washing dishes, but you kept yourself clean. You had a friend that you stayed with, and he drove you around, and what, you're not doing anything illegal, you're not getting in fights, you're just kind of working at this restaurant off the books. It's all off the books.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I think after a year, you can start filing the paperwork that I've been here for a year. I've had a steady job for a year. And I think you can start maybe getting a driver's license, and I think the whole
depends on the state, but yeah, that's what they're talking about.
Yeah,
just naturalizing people that have been here long enough illegally.
I think California was the first to do it. Be like, Pedro's been here for 7 years, so since he's been here for 7 years, not caused any problems, then we're going to go ahead and start the process of making him some type of something.
Mm-hmm.
About 10,000 people have already joined under the migrant caravan on its way through Mexico, and thousands more could still join.
Looks like fun.
And become the largest migrant caravan ever to march to the United States border. On Monday, Fox News reported the migrant caravan set out from the city of Trapalucha or wherever. And so here's a picture of them headed. Just a mass humanity headed to the border.
And I do have a lot of compassion for these people because they are escaping some horrendous stuff.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, we have to protect our own, first and foremost. That's what borders are for.
At the end of the day, man, we are in shambles.
Yes.
We're not doing
Especially
so
during
good
the
right
pandemic, it was like literally insane.
Right.
You couldn't go to work, but we're taking in more people, and we don't know anything about their medical history or their
where does it say
criminal history.
Is there? I know, like you have a First Amendment, a Second Amendment. You have all kinds of various laws that our country has been established. That our bylaws of our country, the rules, the sacred rules of what our founding fathers founded our country on.
Right.
Does it say any Bill of Rights or anything like that, or Constitution Amendment that we got to let people in? Does it say that, oh, you know what, you must have your borders open at all times and take the leery and the sick and the stupid and the people?
not that I know of. But.
No, I don't think so.
Right.
Certainly not in the Bill of Rights.
Right. So there's nothing in our Constitution or our Bill of Rights that we have to do this. So why can't we just say, I guess the president, or who makes policy, who would have to make the ruling that we're not going to accept any more immigrants, period?
I don't know.
I feel like it would be a state legislator, and then that would get approved by, I don't know, the governor. I don't know if you could make it like a federal thing. That'd be really hard to pass.
Hold on, the border. So you're going to say that only Texas and California and then all the northern, no, I think the border is kind of federal territory, and it's not controlled by the state. I don't think.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I don't know.
I think that's why it's Border Patrol. I think there's a certain amount of distance on country line borders that it's like it's federal over state.
I actually think you're right with that.
I do think so.
Yeah.
So like the state of California for like the last 5 miles or 3 miles or whatever is controlled by the feds, not the state of California.
I think you're right.
Texas, and then up north is it seems like that would be the way to get in, like get in through North Dakota or get in through,
So you're going to go from Guatemala to Canada to North
Dakota?
Dakota?
You're right. Logistically.
Sorry.
You're right.
The Haitians take the boat to Nova Scotia.
Swim around California.
I'm in Guatemala. Hey, guys, I got a great idea. We can get in through North Dakota.
You go that
Pedro,
way.
that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
But we got to
Shut
go
the hell up.
all the way around California, all the way around Mexico tip, the Yucatan, whatever that hell little strip, Baja, California.
Baja.
We got to go over Baja. We got to go all the way up past into
Oregon, Washington.
Yeah. As soon as we get north of what's the north? I mean, obviously Alaska, but what's the most northern
Was
state?
it British Columbia?
No, the most northern state of
Washington.
Washington or like Montana.
So once we get like a few miles north of Washington, we'll then cut over into Canada.
Yeah, good idea.
And then we're gonna go over and cut in Washington, and then we're gonna start migrating into the country through Washington. But it's going to take 2 years in this little boat that we got to get to, maybe 3.
But right now, a lot of them want to get caught because then they get checked in and then they get the phone, they get gift cards, and then they ship them out.
What?
Yeah.
If you get caught, we reward you?
Of course.
Yeah, you
They
get
put
a
you in a
phone
detention
so you can
center.
check in.
Bubba, they're humans. They got to get an Obama phone. They have to get health care. They have to get food and shelter.
The only ones that don't want to
say-
get caught are the ones that are bad.
Well, if you're coming here illegal, you're bad.
Man, I
know what you mean.
Yeah.
I got a whole different flawed system on how I think we should handle these people.
What's your plan?
My plan is if we catch you, we just turn you right back around and head you. There you go.
Ice, baby.
There's no paperwork or spending the night or what your story is or
What we could do is we could set up a giant net on the Mexico side and then have like the cannons you see at the fair just shoot the people back over.
Right. Hey, listen.
Right into the net. Like, say, I don't want them to get hurt, so we'll have a net.
Pedro, we got 2 options here. You can either turn back right around and start walking that way, or we're gonna shoot you. We're gonna shoot you with our
cannon?
slingshot.
Yeah.
With our human slingshot.
Right.
We put 4 or 5 of you guys in this big slingshot.
Yep.
And now listen, see that safety net over there?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I want a net. I don't want them to get hurt.
I think Jim, what's it like 1 in 100 don't make,
Right. It's
guy broke his
not
neck
that
last
much.
year.
Right.
Right. Or you can just turn around and keep walking, kid. Which one you want to do? See, I start walking. Okay? But don't forget, we do need a few of you every couple of days to be able to maintain our YouTube channel. You know, the Slinging Migrants. It's got 3 million subscribers, right, Blitz?
Don't forget to like and subscribe.